guys, it's Adam again, and I'm here to talk to you about diet drinks and my opinions on them, and some facts about them. So, a lot of what they're made of are, the premise that they're about is that they have no calories or very few calories, and that's why they're good, because then you don't have as many calories in your system, and then supposedly that helps you lose weight. And so, a lot of people gravitate toward this idea, like, I get to drink something that tastes good, and it doesn't affect me at all. It's kind of like a freebie. Woo! No, doesn't really work that way, unfortunately. Technically, yes, you are taking in fewer calories. There's less energy that your body is consuming. But what's happening is it's kind of sort of cheating your system in a way. A lot of the whole premise behind cheating your system is that when you eat the processed foods that our food industry in America prescribes to us, they are often nutritionally stripped. So I mean, like, even if you're like, oh, this is like a TV dinner, it's got vegetables in it and stuff, and some like grass-fed beef or whatever. The problem with a lot of that is those vegetables have been cooked 2 to 3 times already to remove, any like microorganisms that have been on there, or clean them completely, anything. And what ends up happening is there is a very big loss of vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals, phytonutrients, excuse me, in the vegetables. So they really don't have nearly as much nutritional value. So basically, the act of processing your food reduces the amount of nutrients it has in it, even if the calories stay the same. And so that's really important in terms of creating a healthy body and creating a healthy lifestyle. You have to have a high nutrient to calorie ratio. If it's lower and your calories are higher, the ratio goes in the wrong direction and your health begins to take a dip, for the worse. So, diet drinks. One of the main problems, or one of the sort of like scares or main concerns that people have with diet drinks is that there's aspartame in there and that it's bad for your health. There are over 90 countries that have approved it for general consumption, but doesn't mean it's that good for you. The main problem with aspartame is that when it breaks down in your intestines, it breaks down very quickly into aspartic acid, phenylalanine, and methanol. Phenylalanine, it's a long word, is where one of the big problems comes in. That can be a neurotoxin. What it does is it excites your neurons so that sometimes, depending on who you are, and if you have a rare genetic disorder, about 1 in 10,000 people have it, it's called PKD, you will begin to exhibit slight to moderate ADD and ADHD symptoms because it's exciting your neurons. You're more energetic, your body's exciting because your brain is, and your nervous system is firing up. One problem is that if you have more than enough of that in your system, it can start to kill your neurons, becoming a neurotoxin. And that's where some of the people who have done some research about it and who don't like the whole processing industry freak out and they're like, oh, it's a terrible thing. It's not good for you. That's true. Mainly because it doesn't have many nutrients. That's my opinion on it. Not because it's a neurotoxin, because it's 1 in 10,000 people that it really can affect, and I mean, even if you aren't that 1 in 10,000, if you drink like 6 of these things a day, and have tons of it, and you have like a low body weight already, and you're like, oh, I need to be skinnier, or like, oh, I need to get my abs to pop, man. It's not quite that good, because then it can turn into the neurotoxin if you have enough of it in your system. So, my recommendation, don't go buy it. It may be relatively cheaper. Maybe the fad thing like, oh, I'm drinking Coke Zero. Look at me. Not exactly what you should be focusing on. While it may be a fad, people may think, oh, he's looking out for the way he looks, or she's got the right ideas in mind. It's not the best way to go about it. What a lot of people do when they look for these low to 0 calorie drinks is they're trying to lose weight. And so what I really recommend to you is just drinking water. For every 1 can of diet soda you would drink, I recommend drinking 2 bottles of water, 2 16-ounce bottles. So if you drink 3 a day, drink 6 bottles of water. That will really, really help with the with the removal of fat, because what it's going to do is it's going to provide your body with a lot of water, and that's going to help flush out all the toxins in your system, which are stored in fat cells. That's how the body deals with these chemicals that it can't get rid of very easily through the kidneys, and just filter out into the pee, or just ignore them in the digestive tract and it goes out in your fecal matter. So I recommend drinking more water than you drink diet sodas. It's cheaper, it's healthier, it helps you lose fat, and if your body doesn't need all those fat cells to hold on to those different chemicals and different additives that are in your foods, then it's not going to need them as much. They're just going to be like, alright, well there's no real need for this right now. They're going to shrink down and possibly disappear. It's hard to get them to disappear, but it's easier if you get rid of what they're being used for. They don't have a purpose, your body's going to get rid of it. That's all I got for you guys today. Keep that in mind. Drink more water, drink less diet soda. Peace.